friends, welcome to my channel once again. I am Dhananjay Kumar. So in today's video, friends, we are going to discuss about the anonymous block and named block. So in previous video, we have already covered what is the anonymous block and how we are writing the anonymous block, how PLSQL block we are writing, what is the syntax and what is the standard format that we are following to write the anonymous block, right? So in today's video, we will see what is the differences between the anonymous block and named block, because named block is also important, because in further session you will get to know what is an named block and what is the importance of the named block, because as per the means, if you are thinking for the project perspective, mostly we are using the named block. Okay, so let's just we can summarize the things of the previous video, so that will be better to understand the differences between the named block and anonymous block. So if you can see, there is a one anonymous block which we have executed in previous video, in which how it is, there is one declare section in which two variables we have taken, and we have, after that we have one execution section. In this execution section, we are just using one or two columns, and that we are printing, right? So let's execute once again. Why I am executing, I will tell you. Give me a moment. So here, once I will execute it, you got one output, right? Now again, I want to execute it. Okay, now once again, I want to execute it. So what you are observing here, whenever I want to get output, I need to select all the blocks and I need to execute it. Okay. So for every moment, whenever I want to get output, okay, so I need to select and I need to call all the anonymous block, and I need to run all the anonymous block once again, right? So this suppose here this is a small code. Okay, suppose if you written a one anonymous block which has a 5,000 line of code, so at that time this is very difficult to select all the code 5,000 line and execute it. Okay, so just keep in mind, I will tell you the differences in just upcoming minutes. So now this is the named block. Okay, so let's execute it once, this named block. But before that, if you wanted to see, you can see here what is the differences. If you see till here, from v1 to end, code is same. From v1 to end, code is same. Okay, but the difference is only for this create or replace, and here I have written for the anonymous block, I have written declare, and I have, for this all the blocks, I have not given any specific name, right? But in the named block, I have given one specific name, and that is a procedure p1. P1 is a procedure name, and this is a syntax to write the procedure. Okay, so instead of this declare, above I have written declare, here I have written create or replace procedure p1. Okay, means we are giving some specific name like p1. Here you can give any name. Okay, so just for example, I have given p1. So instead of this declare, this declare, in named block I have written create or replace procedure. So there is one differences. Okay, so what will happen, for this p1, reference will generate in the database, and corresponding to this p1, all the block will be saved permanently in database. Okay, so what is the advantage of that? If all the blocks I have referenced to the p1, then if I will call the p1, all the blocks are all the block are executed, right? Firstly, just let's create this procedure I have created. Now I want to execute it. I want to call it. So there is some standard way to call this named block, exe p1, and we need to put input parameter. Okay, what is that input parameter? 100 I have written, and that 100 will pass to the v3, like here 100. Okay, so let's execute it. We'll see what is the output. See, output is 101. Output is same as an anonymous block. You can cross check here. 101. This is for the named block, and this 101 for the anonymous block. Okay. Okay. Because code is same. Only for I have what I changed for the anonymous block. I have written declares here, and for the named block, I have given some specific name to this code. Okay. So what is happening here, for every execution, for to get the output every time, I need to execute this whole code again and again. But what I can see here, if I want to execute this code, just I need to call this name. Let's see here. Okay, executed, output you get. Once again I have executed, again you got the output. Once again I executed, again you got the output. Okay, 3 times. But here, but in the anonymous block, what is happening? I need to select whole code, then I am getting output. Again I need to select all code, then I am getting the output. Means what is the difference between anonymous block and named block? Here we are not giving, first point, we are not giving any name to the anonymous block, right? But we are giving some specific name to the named block. Okay. Second point, just you think, if you are not giving any name, okay, and it is not storing permanently in a database, just remember, it is this anonymous block not stored in the database. This is not saving. So of course, if something is not saving in your database, then how you can call him, right? By some name. It is very difficult, right? But here it is, this named block is stored in our database, okay, with the reference of P1. This is stored in our database with the reference of P1. It means that if I will call the P1, this all the code will execute, right? Because all the code belong from which name? References to the P1 only, P1 name only. So that's why this is permanently stored in our database. Okay, so whenever I am calling this P1, okay, this whole code is executing. So one another advantage will be here. Suppose you have written a 5,000 line of code. Okay, so just you need to compile it once, only once, and after that just you just call the name, and then you can get the output for the whole 5,000 line, right? Just one, you need to write single code to call every time. But here, if code is 5,000 long, then you need to select all the code once again, and then you need to execute. So you just imagine which is the best. Of course, named block will be the best, right? Because we are just calling the name and we are executing all the code again and again. Okay. So I will summarize the this differences. First difference will be, we are not giving any name, right? Here you can see anonymous block are compiled each time they are executing, right? Where stored subprogram compile one time. What it means, this anonymous block, as I said, every time I need to select and execute it. That it is saying compile each time. Every time I need to select, and I need to select this one, and then I need to call, right? But in the named block, just I need to compile once. Means I have executed this once, and every time I am calling this one. So this execution I did only once, not every time, right? Second difference is, as I said, this is stored in the database. Sorry, not stored in the database, but this named block we are storing permanently in the database. That's why it is storing permanently. That's why we can call by its name every time, right? So second differences is saying same thing. Third difference is, yeah, of course, third difference is for the project point of view, this is important. If something is stored permanently in database, and if you are calling by its name only, then of course during this application you need to just call his name, this API name or proc name or object name or this block. Suppose 5,000 line of code you have written, and that code you need to map with the user interface changes. Suppose front end changes is going with the Java or Python. Okay, so to mapping with the user interface, okay, for the with the front end, you need to map this 5,000 line of code. So what you can do, you are not going to write 5,000 line of code with the Java on the Java side. What you want, you are going to do, you will create one procedure means you will create one named block with the 5,000 line of code, and just you will refer that name. Like here you will just suppose this is a 5,000 line of code, and this we are using at the front end side. So what I will do, I will create one procedure like here, like this p1, and I will just call this p1 at the Java side. So only by calling single line of code we can call this our we can execute our 5,000 line of code, right? So means what, you are using this named block name at the user application level, right? At the application level, application side, you are using this named block. But if you are using anonymous block, then this whole code you need to write at the right, means you need to map at the application side, means at the front end side. So this is a very difficult task, right? So that's why it is given here. See, anonymous block is a PLSQL block appears in the but and not named store in your database. Okay, what I said, same thing is written here. So these are the three differences. I hope it is clear with you. So thanks for watching my videos, guys. Thank you so much.